Hey everybody, welcome back to some more early morning barking, talking about BPD and MPD by somebody that has both. Now, YouTube tradition would have me like string this out as long as possible before I talk about the secret hidden pain of mystery that nobody talks about within BPD. Shh. But I'm going to tell you what it is right away, because I'm just not that kind of YouTuber. I'm taking my time too much as it is. Get on with it, Richard, right? The pain is, this is still going on, and it's been going on for ages, and it's gonna go on forever, and I cannot begin to explain how bored I am with BPD right now already. Right, I've done the therapy, I'm supposedly like better, and I am. And this is still going on. I'm 45 years old and I'm still convinced that everyone I know hates me. And I am so bored of this. And this is why it's so hard to talk about and share it with people, because it's the same thing over and over every day forever. How do you feel today? The same way I felt for the last 8,000 days. What's new? Nothing. Nothing is new. It's all just still blah. I've learned to cope with bits of it. I've learned to deal with bits of it better, but it's all still there. And I am so fed up of it that this is what life feels like. You know, it's this battle all the time. It's like being under siege every day, all day, forever, and knowing that I'm gonna be under siege every day, all day, forever. Right? I'm gonna be 90 years old in the nursing home thinking everyone hates me. If I make it to 90, and they probably will anyway. I plan on being quite a cantankerous old person. Anyway. And so, when like I've been through this stint for the last couple of months where I've just felt, crap, rubbish, just a mess, just whatever, detached. And I can't talk about it. I can't make videos about it. I can make one video about it. I can make one video that says, I feel like this. And then next week, I still feel like that. And the week after, I still feel like that. And it goes on and on and on. And it's boring for you, not just as a viewer, but as like a person interacting with people with BPD. If you're not the person with BPD, right? It's boring for you. And this, that's why friends aren't therapy, by the way, because therapists deal with this stuff. It's kind of why they're paid, I think. And, but friends, who wants to hear about this every day? And if you feel that way, imagine how we feel. Right? We're just fed up of it. And part of the struggle against BPD is constantly having that energy and that forward momentum that I talk about so much in videos. Because you're constantly swimming through treacle to try and get somewhere. And it's tiring and it's frustrating and it's boring as hell. Oh God, it's just I think, I sort of liken it to being stuck in bed. And I don't mean in sort of like a lazy way. I mean in kind of like I've broken my leg kind of way. And now I have to lay here for 5 weeks or whatever, that kind of thing. And that frustration that brings of I'm just stuck here. And 99% of the time I feel fine. I've just got this leg thing going on, but I'm just stuck here. That kind of feeling. And that's what it's like. I'm still doing this. Oh my God, I'm still doing this. It's difficult, to say the least, right? And depending on what we're going through, some of this is just painful stuff. You're constantly fighting back the pain, the over emotion, the paranoia, the worry, all of this. It's just boring. And so we don't talk about it. Because what do you say? Right? No one wants to hear it. That's the cold hard truth. No one wants to hear it. And can you blame them? We don't want to hear about, we've all got our own problems, and our problems are our problems, and they just perpetuate and go on. But it's why we sort of disappear for a little bit. It's why we get quiet for a bit. It's why we really struggle from time to time, because keeping the barbarians at the gates when they're constantly attacking with attack after attack after attack, it becomes tiring. Right? We're under siege here, and we've only got so many resources, and the attacks don't stop. We can just make them weaker. We can make our castle gates stronger. We can make our moat deeper. All things that they didn't do at Winterfell, but don't get me started on that. That's not how you build a castle, Sean Bean. You don't dig a moat when the enemy arrive. That's not... And then you don't wait outside the castle for them. That's why you have a castle. You hide inside it. Just saying. Anyway. And so, yeah, there's the pain of BPD. And, of course, watching the final season of Game of Thrones. Who does that? Who has a castle with a gate that you can just walk up to? Have you seen an actual castle? Like, they don't have a gate like that you have to lock with a wooden bar. They deserve to get killed by the White Walkers, quite frankly. Who builds a castle like that? It's not a castle at that point. It's just rubbish. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you in other videos. You can book one-to-ones with me. And we'll chat about your BPD or whatever. Or you can, watch my other videos. I have a Patreon with stuff. Not much stuff. But really, you're just paying to support me, which I appreciate. There's a YouTube membership too. Does the same thing. I appreciate that. You're all awesome. You take care. I'll see you later. Bye.